Let me ask you something honest. When you think about money, I mean really think about it, what do you feel? Most people I ask say some version of the same things. Stressed, anxious, guilty, behind, like everyone else has it figured out, and they're quietly playing catch up. Now here's what nobody tells you. Wealthy people feel things about money too, but the emotions are almost completely different. And understanding that difference, the specific emotional relationship wealthy people have with money, is one of the most underrated financial insights you will ever come across. Because here's the truth, wealthy people were not born feeling differently about money. They developed a different emotional relationship with it. And emotions, unlike income, can be changed without a single dollar more in your bank account. Today I'm giving you the 7 emotions wealthy people feel about money that almost never get talked about, and the exact shift each one requires. If this is the kind of content that actually makes you think differently, subscribe and give this a thumbs up right now. Let's go. Before we go through the 7, here is the framework that makes this whole conversation matter. Dr. Brad Klontz, one of the most cited financial psychologists in the United States, has spent decades researching the emotional roots of financial behavior. His conclusion, backed by years of clinical data, is that your emotions about money are not just feelings. They are the operating system your financial decisions run on. Change the emotions, and the behaviors follow naturally. Most financial advice tries to change financial behavior through information and logic, but research consistently shows that financial decisions are made emotionally first and rationalized second. This means teaching someone what to do with money without addressing how they feel about money is like giving someone a map in a language they can't read. The 7 emotions that follow are not aspirational fluff. They are documented psychological patterns observed consistently in people who build and sustain wealth. Let's go through them. Emotion number 1, neutrality. Money is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. The first thing wealthy people feel about money that almost nobody talks about is almost nothing, or more precisely, neutrality. For most middle-class and lower-income Americans, money carries enormous emotional weight. It is tied to self-worth, to security, to fear, to identity. The thought of money and checking an account, making a financial decision, activates a stress response almost automatically. Wealthy people at the emotional level have largely detached money from identity. They see it as a neutral instrument, a tool for achieving goals like a hammer or a vehicle. It is not who they are. It does not measure their worth. It is simply something they direct with intention. The shift. When you catch yourself feeling anxious, ashamed, or emotionally reactive about money, pause and ask, am I reacting to a fact right now or to a feeling? Facts can be changed with a plan. Feelings need to be named before they can be managed. Emotion. Number 2, respect. I take money seriously, so it takes me seriously. Wealthy people have a deep, quiet respect for money. Not reverence, not obsession, but respect. The kind you have for something powerful that rewards careful handling and punishes carelessness. This shows up in small behaviors. They track where money goes. They make financial decisions deliberately rather than impulsively. They don't treat money as something to be avoided or ignored until a crisis forces attention. They engage with it regularly, intentionally, like tending something that matters. The shift. Schedule one 20-minute money date per week. Sit with your actual numbers, account balances, net worth, one financial decision on the table. Respect is built through consistent attention, not occasional panic. Emotion. Number 3. Patience. I'm playing a game measured in decades, not months. This one is underrated almost everywhere. Wealthy people feel genuinely patient about money in a way that most people, programmed by a world of instant everything, find nearly impossible. They are not waiting helplessly. They are waiting actively, investing, building, compounding with complete emotional comfort about the fact that real wealth is not a sprint. It is not built in a good month or a hot stock. It is built across years of consistent, boring, unglamorous decisions. The shift. Write your 10-year financial number, the net worth you are building toward by a specific year. Look at it monthly. Patience is not passive. It is active trust in a system over time. Give the timeline a number so your brain has something real to be patient about. Emotion number 4, comfort with discomfort. Paying myself first hurts a little, and I'm okay with that. This is the counterintuitive one, and the most important one. Wealthy people are not people who find saving and investing painless. Many of them feel the short-term sacrifice of putting money away. They feel the pull of spending, the appeal of the upgrade, the ease of the minimum payment. The difference is they have developed emotional comfort with that discomfort. They can feel the pull and not follow it. Most people treat financial discomfort as a signal to stop. Wealthy people treat it as a signal that the plan is working. The shift. The next time automating an investment or skipping an impulse purchase creates a twinge of discomfort, don't fight it, label it. This is the feeling of building wealth. Naming the emotion accurately changes how your brain processes it. Discomfort becomes evidence of progress rather than a reason to quit. Emotion number 5, purposefulness. Every dollar I spend is a vote for the life I'm building. Wealthy people feel a strong sense of purpose about money. Not every purchase is agonized over, but most spending is aligned, consciously or unconsciously, with a clearly defined vision of the life they are building. This is very different from the experience of most people who spend reactively, responding to want, to stress, to social pressure, to availability, without a clear sense of what the spending is for or where it is taking them. The shift. Write one sentence. I am building a life where blank. That sentence is your financial filter. Before significant spending decisions, ask, does this move me toward or away from that sentence? Purpose turns financial discipline from deprivation into direction. Emotion. Number 6, security as a feeling, not a number. Enough is a mindset before it is a bank balance. Here is one that surprises people. Wealthy people feel financially secure at levels of wealth that many people would not predict, and people with far less feel chronically insecure. Research from Princeton shows that beyond roughly $75,000 in annual income, additional money has diminishing impact on day-to-day emotional well-being. Security is partly a psychological state, not purely a financial one. Wealthy people tend to feel secure because they trust their systems, their habits, and their ability to rebuild, not simply because of the number in the account. The shift. Build one financial foundation this month that creates genuine security, not just a number. A 3-month emergency fund, one automated investment, one paid-off debt. Security is built brick by brick. Each brick changes how you feel, and before the balance gets to where you think it needs to be. Emotion number 7, gratitude without guilt. I have more than enough to build with, and I'm using it. The final emotion is the one that ties everything together, and the one most people are actively taught to suppress. Wealthy people feel genuine gratitude about money, including money they haven't earned yet, money sitting in investments, money they are building toward. They do not feel guilty about wanting more, having more, or planning for more. Wanting financial abundance is not greed, it is intention. But many people, particularly those who grew up with financial scarcity, or in environments where money was associated with conflict or moral judgment, feel guilty about wanting wealth. That guilt is one of the most powerful unconscious brakes on wealth building that exists. You cannot fully build something you feel bad about wanting. The shift. Write down what your life looks like when you have built the wealth you are working toward. Be specific. Be generous with the vision. Then read it without apologizing for it. Wanting financial freedom is not a character flaw, it is a goal. Treat it like one. Let me bring this together with one final thought. Every person whose emotional relationship with money I've just described was not born feeling this way. These emotional patterns were developed, practiced, built through deliberate shifts in how they thought and felt about money over time. You do not need a different income to start making those shifts. You need a different internal conversation about money, and that conversation can start today with $0 required. Here is your quick reference for all 7 emotional shifts. Emotion 1, neutrality, money is a tool, detach it from your identity. Emotion 2, respect, schedule a weekly 20-minute money date. Emotion 3, patience, write your 10-year number, trust the timeline. Emotion 4, comfort with discomfort. Label sacrifice. This is the feeling of building wealth. Emotion. 5. Purposefulness. Define your life sentence. Spend toward it, not away from it. Emotion. 6. Security. Build one financial foundation brick this month. Emotion. 7. Gratitude without guilt. Write the vision. Read it without apologizing. 7 emotional shifts. No income required, starting today. Pick one emotion from this list, just one, that you felt the most when I described it. The one that made you think, that is not how I feel at all right now. That is your starting point. Do the shift for that one emotion this week, one shift. The financial gap between where you are and where you want to be is not just a math gap. For most people, it is an emotional gap, and emotional gaps close from the inside faster than any savings plan alone ever could. I want you to drop your number in the comments. Which of the 7 emotions is most different from how you currently feel about money? Just the number, 1 through 7. I want to see which ones this community is working on, and I'll be reading every single reply. If this shifted something for you, hit that like button 1 second. It genuinely helps this reach people who are stuck in an emotional relationship with money that's costing them more than they know. Subscribe for a new video every week. Real money psychology. The internal work nobody else is doing. I'll see you in the next one. The money is secondary. The mindset is everything.